Good morning, everybody. Welcome to Dharma Yoga, and as always, practice according to conditions. Feel free to try any of the variations I offer or modify as you need to, and I'll cue those as well. Thank you for coming. So let's begin, as always, sitting tall and straight. Close the eyes. Bring the attention inward. Nothing to do, nothing to seek. Everything we need is already within. Let's begin with the sound of Om 3 times to attract divine attention. Imagine you are everywhere. Fix your mind on God alone. Rest your thoughts in God alone. And in God you will live hereafter. Of this there is no doubt. Om Namah Shivaya. I bow to the inner light. All beings everywhere, be happy and free from suffering, and enjoy this practice through our senses. May we acquire a strong desire for liberation from the ignorance that binds us to pain and suffering, and may we cherish no ill feelings against each other. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. And may the Lord protect us and guide us through this practice. And let's offer this practice to our teacher, Sri Dharma Mitra, who brought us these teachings. It was his birthday yesterday. So may he be blessed with the strength and the vitality to continue sharing just as he has been all these years. So let's begin. So let's practice again in dedication of Sri Dharma Mitra. Send out our healing and our love and our energy to him. So let's start off with spiritual breathing, bringing arms up, the palms facing up slightly. And we're going to breathe from the fingertips down into the heart, imagining pulling the base of the breath into the heart. We hold the breath and the attention at the heart. And on the exhale, just the breath leaves back out through the arms. Everything that we pulled in stays in. Inhale down into the heart. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Holding it all in the heart. Hold the breath. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Exhale out through the arms. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Inhale, attract everything you need from universe down into the heart. Visualize it going in. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Now holding it in the heart. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Exhale out through the arms. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Last time, inhale. Feel as though you're a magnet, attracting all that you need. Suspend the breath, hold all the attention and the love at the heart. Exhale out through the arms, just the breath. And release the arms. Let's continue with the exercises to prepare the body for the practice. Start to roll the head in circles, watching the body moving by itself. Imagine you're the witness. And then change the direction of rotation. Loosen up the neck. Try to touch the ears to the shoulders. Good. Now, right arm circles forward. Get some momentum. Feel some weight in the arms so that you can go faster and larger with the circles. Change directions. Again, forward. And backwards. Left arm. Feel as though you're winding yourself up like you're a machine. And then go backwards. Forward again. And then backwards. And now, take your feet a little bit wider apart. Left arm up. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, bend to the right. And then come up again. And bend. Try not to make any folds on the right side of the body. Coming up again. Lean. Push the hips and the ribs out of the left side of the body. Come up. Move gracefully like grass blowing in the wind. One last time, come up. Feel as though you had weights attached to your fingers pulling you down. Come all the way up. Go to the other side. Inhale, lengthen, get long. Exhale, keep lengthening as you go deeper into the bend and come up. Bend to the left. And again. Lose yourself in the sensations. Pull down. Last time, come up and bend. And then come right back up. Now from here, we're going to raise the arms up over the head on the inhale. Toss the body down on the exhale. Sigh out through the mouth. Release tension. One more time, just stay hang down. Allow the body to stop bouncing. And then roll your way up. Lion's breath. So we're going to make a fierce face like a lion about to pounce, or like the lion when it pounces. Eyes go big and the tongue hangs out of the mouth. And coming back up. Shake out the wrists. Loosen them up completely. Move the fingers very, very rapidly. And then up and down. They're moving so fast, they're like a blur. You can barely see them. And release. And then just swing from side to side. Allow the arms to just hit the body in which way. And start to slow it down and return to stillness. Take your arms out to the side, and then they're used for balance. Swing the right leg up and back. And the other leg. Release. Bring your feet close together. Turn the palms up. Inhale, lift up off the heels. Lower the heels. Press back up again to the base of the toes. Come back down. Lift up. Feel the heart rising, the navel lengthening, and come down. And up again. And down. Sink the shoulders. Couple more times, reach up and down, and one more time, lift up and down. Release the arms. So now let's come to the top of the mat. Sun salutation, Surya Namaskar. Bring your hands to the heart and remember to offer up the practice. Do the practice because it must be done. Imagine it to be your divine duty to all beings everywhere. So let's try to stay together like a school of fish. Reach the arms up over the head, arch back, come down, hands to the ground. Bend your knees if you need to bring your hands flat on the ground and your chest on your thighs. Right foot back, lower the knee down, sink down through the seat. Come into high plank. Bring the knees down, bring the seat all the way back behind the heels. Now glide forward, pull the arms, and bring your body right through. Head up, come all the way back. Again, come forward, brush your nose to the ground as you come forward. And lift the chest, bring the head all the way back. One last time. Seat all the way back and glide smoothly between the arms. And rising up. Back now to Adho Mukha Savasana. Allow the heart to soften. The right foot steps forward to the hands. If that was too difficult, bring the knee down. If the foot doesn't make it all the way, just move it forward with the right hands. Feet together, chest on your thighs, head down. Come all the way up. Engage the buttocks, the upper back muscles. If you squeeze the shoulder blades together, hands to the heart. Inhale, come up. Press the hips forward. Come down gracefully. Left foot back, keep watching the body moving. Into the plank. Lower down the knees, the seat all the way back. Don't worry about the breath, just move the body in a way that keeps the breath steady and even. And then the breath will deliver fluidity and ease of movement. Come forward again. All the way back. Create space. Try not to jam up the neck. Keep the shoulders down, the chest open. Back into Adho Mukha Svanasana. And the left foot steps forward to the hands. Feet together, bow to the legs. Come up, stretch the whole front of the body. And return. Reach up again. Go down. Pretend you're the witness, always. Watching the body moving, right foot back. Watching the mind reactions and the emotions without any judgment. Just do your best. Come forward into the cobra. Now back into Adho Mukha Svanasana right away this time. Right foot steps forward to the hands. Feet together. All the moves done with deliberateness, mindfulness, and reverence. Come up and back. Reach up again. Passing through all the forms while keeping the mindset from changing. Left foot back. Plank, lower down, and come forward. Make like you're doing a dance, moving smoothly. So transition seamless. Left foot steps forward. Sit down to the seat. Feet together, bow to the legs. Come up to standing and back, Pranamasana. And adding on, reach up and back. Go down. Now, bend the knees, bring your chest on your thighs, join your hands behind the back. Extend through the crowns, through the chest, and fold down deeper. Bring the forehead to the shins and lift the seat. Try to get your legs straight, your body pushing your legs back to achieve that. Don't worry if it doesn't happen, just do your best. Now release the hands beside your feet, right foot back. Lower the knee down, sink down to the seat. Bring your arms over the head, Kapayasana. Arch back, make the shape of a crescent moon. And then bring the hands back down, step into plank, Ashtanga Namaskara, knees, chest, forehead down. Glide through into Cobra. Back into downward facing dog. Tap into the sensations, rippling up and down the spine. Right foot forwards, lower the seat, right close to the front heel. Kapayasana again, reach the arms over the head. Feel as though you're pulling the body, bow the hips. Use your arms to assist that lengthening. Then hands come down, feet together, chest on the thighs again. Extend, lengthen the spine, and fold down deeply. Release the arms, bring them up over the head. And return, Pranamasana. Another one like this, arch back. Go down. Chest on the thighs, join the hands, extend, and fold. Make like you're bowing. Every movement reflecting humbleness and devotion. Left foot back, lower the knee. Kapayasana, pull the body, bow the hips. And then come back down into plank. Down we go. Right through to Cobra. Back into Adho Mukha Svanasana. Left foot steps forward, back knee down. Kapayasana, reach up and back, stretch. And bring the hands back down, feet come together. Chest on the thighs. Inhale, extend, exhale, go deep, fold. Release, come all the way up. Hands back to the heart. Another variation, arch back. Go down, Uttanasana. From here, lift your head and chest, shoulders over the fingertips, push into your hands. And then smoothly come back into Chaturanga, hopping or walking. Come forward to upward facing dog. Try to get your knees and your hips up off the mat. Now push the shoulders back, the chest forward, but in front of the arms, the head back. Try not to jam up the neck again. Drop the shoulders, back of the neck, and the lower back stay long. Push into the hands, back into Adho Mukha Svanasana. Sink the heart towards the ground. Imagine your dog stretching its back. Bounce through the chest a little bit. Try to get your chest lower, the top of the head to the ground. Maybe you can keep it there if it does touch. Push your hips back. Push through the hands. Get the shoulders back as well. And then lift the heels, bend the knees. Push into your hands and smoothly send your feet forward to the hands, hopping or walking. Fold the body down onto the legs. Come all the way up. Hasta Uttanasana, standing salute. And back home. And again, reach up and back. Come down gracefully. Lift your head and chest, shoulders over the fingertips again. Push into your hands, keep your arms straight. Come back smoothly into Chaturanga. Into upward facing dog. Make like you're howling at the moon like a dog. Back into Adho Mukha Svanasana now. Exhibit the loyalty of the dog to its master with the head down low, always humble. Lift the heels, bend the knees, push into your hands again. Send your feet forward quietly, fold the body down onto the legs. Come all the way up to standing, reach up and back. And then bring the hands back to the heart. Breathe in. Breathe out all fatigue. Let go of all expectations and all attachments to results. Bring your arms down and let's continue with the poses. Starting with bouncing poses. So working through a little bit of a sequence here. Let's start off in tree pose, standing on your left foot. Bring the right knee up. And you can either place a foot flat against the inseam of the leg. If you have a lotus, go ahead. If you need to keep your toes on the ground for your balance or place your hands on a wall, it's okay. So just do whatever you need to stay balanced. Then bring the hands in front of the heart. And then bring the arms up. Grow tall like a tree, reaching for the sun. Take your gaze up. Keep on lengthening, anchor down through the edges of the feet, toes, the base of the toes. Now from here, we're going to come into ballet pose. Keep your left arm up, take hold of the heel from the inside, and then see if you can extend your leg. If you can't straighten your leg, you can just keep your knee bent. Just do what you can, it's the effort that counts. Lean a little bit away from the standing leg, try to get your toes and your fingers at the same height. Then from here, engage your leg, let it go, don't let it drop down fast. You don't want it to touch the ground. And we're coming all the way to gliding eagle. So come forward. Bend your standing leg if you need to a little bit. Sink weight into your left foot, stay steady. Keep your arms wide open like the wings of a soaring bird. The head is close to the height of the knee. And then coming back. From here, place your hands on the hips. You can take your left hand to the outside of the knee, or if you can, reach for the outer edge of the foot. Push out to the base of the big toe, raise your right arm up behind, and turn to the right. Again, try to get your toes and your fingers at the same height. It doesn't have to come up super high, just do what you can. Then from here, bring the foot in and release. Take a moment, close your eyes, just imagine yourself going through that whole sequence without any difficulty. Smooth as can be. Let's try it on the other foot now. See if you can realize it on this foot. Again, take your foot into your tree, either your lotus or your conventional tree like this. All good, okay? Just not against the knee. It tends to be unstable. So if you want to keep it there on your thigh, push the base of the toes and the heel into the standing leg. Come up tall. Imagine you're reaching for the sun. Take your gaze up if you like. Express devotion. Be plentiful in your offerings, the fruits, the shade, the oxygen that you provide. And then come down, keep your right arm up. Take hold of the heel. See if you can come into ballet pose. Lean a little bit away from the raised leg. Try to get your leg up as high as you can. And from here, engage your leg muscles as you let your leg down again. Don't let the leg fall heavily. Swing it back behind and dive forward like you're diving towards the earth like a great eagle. Keep your wingspan very long. Take your arms way out to the side. Now press into the right foot to come back up. Bend your knee, left hand to your left hip. Take hold of the knee. If you can, reach down for the foot. Push the hip back a little bit. Push out to the base of the big toe. And then release your left arm up and behind you. You can raise a foot and the fingers if you like. Turn to the left. Bring the foot in and release. Good. Now, bring your fingertips together at the height of the elbows. Stand your feet together. And then jump your feet apart. Arms level with the ground. And we're going to the left for Virabhadrasana 2. Bend into your left leg. And just try to widen your stance. Try to have your hip about the same line as the knee in front. Reach the arms out. Parsvakonasana. If you can, bring your hands to the outside of the foot. Right arm over the head. Draw the right shoulder back. If it's too low, you can just keep your rest your right arm on the left arm on the left thigh. Pull the right shoulder back. Make sure that the right hip is not up here. You want to have a straight line from the foot to the hand, so drop the hip, the right hip. If you want to come into a bind or even a half bind, snake your right hand around the back, press into the inner thigh. If you drop your left shoulder right down, you can join your hands just beside your left side of the seat, to the left of the seat. Pull the right shoulder back. And release. Bring your hands down to the ground. Turn forward, back knee down. Flatten up the toes. Drop the seat right forward. Kapiyasana. Bring the arms up. Wiggle the shoulders back and forth. And go back. Nice stretch. Radiate your light like the crescent moon. If you know other variations, go ahead. So you might be able to bring the back foot up and touch the foot. Sometimes it's easier to take your hands to the ground first. Other options, just keep your left hand on your knee and reach for the right heel. Or take swan, pull the foot up and keep your fingers close to your ears so you can take your bind easily and then stretch it out. Imagine yourself in a pose, imagine yourself as a swan in this case. Try to find the smooth curves of the neck in your own shape with the arms. Now release, pull the foot towards you, let go of the foot. Now I'm going to come more upright. Move the left foot in a little bit closer. So the legs are like a box. Bend the toes under. Parivrtta Parsvakonasana. Right arm up. And if you need to modify, hand to the outside of the knee. Left hand just pressing into sacrum, or reach down if you can to the outside of the heel, the left of the heel. If you can go further, you can do the full pose. Take the right arm up and then take the arm to the outside of the thigh. Join hands in prayer. Push the left hand down into the right. Bring the center of the chest up. Roll the left shoulder back. If it's easier, form a fist with your left hand, pushing your right hand. It's all good too. Try to get your center of the chest against your thumbs. If you want, take a bind. Right elbow is below the knee. Push the hand underneath the leg. Join your hands underneath the belly. If you want to go further, take the back knee up off the ground. Inhale, extend to the ground, extend to the back heel. Exhale, roll deeper. Left shoulder moves all the way back. Now from here, release. Bring your hands to the inside of the front foot. Move the left foot out a little bit if you need to, so you can come back and forth, pushing off the roots of your toes. And then just push back to the right heel, lower the right knee down, flatten out the toes. Roll to the right so you can get the right forearm down, roll to the left, left forearm's down. And then keep extending through the crown. Keep the gaze very steady like a lizard. You're very flexible. Bring your chest right down to the ground. Shoulders on top of the foot. Other variations, go ahead. If you know the bind, go ahead. Left arm goes around the outside and then underneath the knee, against the body. The right arm goes over the back and your hands join over the lower back. Try to keep the knee close to the shoulder. Move the foot out if you need to. Lengthen a little bit more. And release. Come back onto the hands. Move the left hip back. And then from here, just push back and forth. Bring the seat back. Move forward, hinge at the hips. Come forward like you're doing Anjali-asana, lunge, like in crescent moon. And from here, pull the seat back. Lift the toes, bring the chin on the shin. Keep the hips even, left hip in line with the right. You may stay here if this is where your limit is, or you can move into Hanumanasana. So we'll do it this way, you can see a little bit better. You start to bring the seat forward, slide your heel forward. Keep your hands close to your hips, try to keep your shoulders over the hips. And just every once in a while, pull the heels towards another, exhale. Relax a little bit, try to go a little bit deeper and just keep working. If you're flat down, point the toes, you can bring the arms up. So you can go back a little bit as well. Express devotion and courage just like the Hanuman deity. you're in Hanumanasana, pull the foot in, come into pigeon. So if you can, you want to have your front, if you're more flexible, you can have the front leg, the shin flush with the front end of the mat. Otherwise, you can pull the heel in a little bit closer towards the right hip if it's too much. So try to keep your hips even. And from here, you can press your right hand into the right foot. Reach forward, try and get the center of the chest right down onto your shin. Stand forward. If you can't come all the way, you can't get your chest on a thigh, your shin, don't worry about it. Just do the best you can. Forehead down. Breathe in. Exhale, release. Surrender to the pose. Now we're going to walk our hands back. Here we're going to turn to the left. Try to push the right elbow against the outside of the left knee, and your left hand in line with your left hip. Move it out, push into your hand, and then pull the left shoulder back. So there's a twist. Just trying to roll the right thigh inwards, and then see if you can get the left shoulder back. Look over your back, your left shoulder. Keep pushing against that right knee, with the right elbow against the left knee. And from here, we're going to return. Now, place your hands beside the front leg, come up, and then from here, whoops, I should have done the other way so I don't face away from you, and come back into wide angle. Come all the way up. Back to the starting position. Go to the right, Virabhadrasana 2. Exude all the confidence and the determination of a warrior. Be confident and loyal to the people that you protect. Parsvakonasana. Perhaps bring your hand to the outside of the right foot, left arm goes over the head, or come up higher as you need to. Move core into your condition. Remember that all beings are experiencing this through your body, so don't go to a place of pain or anxiety. This is not what you want others to feel and experience. If you want half bind or full bind, press your body flat. Again, just press your left hip down. Make sure you're not popping, it's not popping up. Then release, left arm comes all the way over the head, down, turn to the front, back knee down. Kapiyasana, sink your seat all the way forward. Bring your arms up over the head, stretch, wiggle your shoulders back and forth. Imagine your index finger over the back toe. Keep your arms straight, your arms should not be bent, it's not the shape of a crescent moon. Think of the shape. Try to realize it to the best that you can. Or you can take other variations. Any of the ones that do the same variation, this one perhaps, or maybe taking a swan. Even if you stop here, all good. If you can't get your hands to wrap, don't worry about it. Just picture in your mind the shape, a graceful shape, and then do the best that you can. It's the effort that counts. Release, pull the foot in towards the shoulder first. So let the foot down, come back upright. Move the right foot in, bend the toes under. Parivita Parsvakonasana, or staying higher as you need to, like so, or like so. into your twist. Try to get your belly so it's higher than the thigh, so you have more room to twist. Right hip moves back, the head moves forward. Chest and the face are looking straight up. Take a bind if you like. Bring the back knee up off the ground. Full extension. Rotate a little bit more with each exhale. Break the pose. Come back. Hands on the ground on the inside of the foot. Move back and forth. Try and get your hips to sync with each pass. And then lower the knee down, flatten out the toe. If you can, come onto the forearms. If it's too much, stay higher. If you're more flexible, however, try to get your chest right down to the ground. Make sure both hips are more or less even. You don't want to have the right side of the seat way up. You want to have the sit bone pointing towards the ground, coming towards the ground. Take a bind if you like. Be like a lizard now, still as can be. The more you tap into consciousness, into the virtues and the form of whatever you're representing, the more you'll find the ease in the pose and the ability to feel one with that form. Now from here, just move back and forth, coming into lunge and back a few times, hinge forward, and then go back. And then bring the hips over the left knee, and then down for Ardha Hanumanasana. Can maybe get your forearms down on the ground. This is where you want to stay, go ahead. Or Hanumanasana, bend the toes under, sink your seat forward and start to slide your heel forward. A little bit easier if you take your foot right up off the mat, the front end of the mat. And just pulse once in a while to get down. Try to have your hips even and your body upright, shoulders over the hips. If you're right down, point the toes and bring your arms up. Arch back if you feel comfortable, do so. Pull the body up out of the hips again, reach back. Coming back slowly. And from here, bend the toes under and back foot. Press into your fingers. You can bring your right leg back, position it for your pigeon. Ankling your shin a little bit more so the foot's toward the left hip, or walking it so it's more flush with the front end of the mat. Left hand to the foot, sole of the foot, and reach for the right arm. If you need to stay higher, of course, modify as you need to. You can stand the forearms, rest the forehead on your on your hands, your stacked fists. Go to where you can find steadiness, but still challenging your potential so you don't remain stagnant in your practice. Keep on advancing. Keep on trying. Then we're going to come up this way so you can see. So we're going to relax the back leg a little bit. Take your left elbow to the outside of the right knee. The right hand comes in line with your hip and it's straight out. And then push into your hand, straighten out the right arm, look over your right shoulder. Feels if you're trying to get your right shoulder right over in line with the left one, over top of it. Press through the tops of the feet, the toes of the left foot, the left foot. And from here, release. Bring your hands back in front of the in front of the leg and come up. Move your feet parallel to one another. From here, arms out to the side, come up. Let's do easy Trikonasana from here. Walk your hands, your feet in a little bit more, but your toes still be on the edges of the mat. Place your hands on your seat. Bend your knees if you need to, like you're sitting on a horse. Your knees go past the toes, and then push into the seat with your hands pulled down at the same time. Bring your head back. Feel comfortable. You can move one hand at a time. Grip just below the knees. Roll the thighs outwards. Roll the shins inwards. More flexible. Keep going down the backs of your legs until your hands find the heels. If you're more flexible still, you can either go into Urdhva Dandasana or put your feet closer together. And then try again. Push hips forward and walk your hands down. Bit by bit, crawl your fingers down the backs of the legs. Maybe your hands will find the heels. Push your hips forward and up so that the legs lengthen a little bit. And we're going to start to walk back, hands back up the legs, pressing into the seat, pushing in and down at the same time, and come back up. Good. Now open up your feet, arms out wide, and then hinge forward, Prasarita Padottanasana. Take hold the outer edges of either the ankles, or step on your fingers with the edges of your feet. Try to get your head in between the feet. Feel as though you're trying to get your chest behind your legs. Shoulders back. Now, if you feel steady, you can either stay here or come into your tripod headstand or other variations. Other nice variations, you can take your hands in between your feet, press into the tops of the arm hands, and then see if you can circle your legs up. Again, be mindful of your abilities. Coming down gracefully, keep your core engaged. Keep your legs straight, try to land your feet exactly in the same position as you started, right beside your head. And then come up, all the way up. From here, bring your hands back to the heart. Step your feet together, breathe in. Breathe out all fatigue. Inhale from the heart up to the space between the eyebrows. Exhale back down to the heart. Remain established in divine love in your connection with God and with all beings. And release. So now we're going to come down onto our mat. Let's try inversions. Headstand. If you know how to get into your headstand, go ahead. Go into your Shirshasana. If you need something a little bit softer, you're quite new to the practice, you can just keep your forehead in front of the knees and then lift up your seat. Try to lift your hips as much as you can so you can come on top of the head, maybe towards the back of the head if it's okay for your neck. If it's too much, just bring your seat back a little bit.
Or you can do teddy bear. Place your hands beside your knees. Make sure your hands are in front of your head where you can see it. Your head and your hands form a triangle. Arms are at right angles. And then move your feet in. Press just below the knees against the elbows. And then you can just flick your toes up and then you're up off the mat. Continue to apply pressure with your knees, with your arms. You can lift your toes up. Keep pressing through your hands. Doesn't require too much flexibility to do this one. As Dharma says, even elephants like to do this. Then you can maybe bring one leg back behind and then move the other knee up off the arm. Keep your feet close to your body, so if you go over, you're very close to the ground. Flex your feet and you'll keep your muscles engaged that you need to just stay up. If you're in headstands, stay there. If you have a lotus, go ahead. If you're not already there. Advanced practitioners, if you want, come right onto the fingertips. Bring your hands to tripod. And then see if you can balance just on the fingertip, the index finger. Most of the weight, more than 95%, is on the head. Your finger should not be bent. It should be right below, like right on your fingertip, the fingernail pretty much. Now, regardless if you are when you're ready to come down, come into tripod. Hands flat. If you have a lotus, you can keep your lotus, come into lotus crow if you like, or if your legs are straight, land your legs on your arms if you like for regular crow. Place them close to the shoulders. See if you can take your head up off the ground. Take a half breath in. Lift your head up. And release. Come into child's pose. Breathe in. Breathe out. Soften. And roll up. Find your way onto your back. Shoulders stand. If you have very tense, if you have very tight shoulders, or if or previous neck injuries or head injuries, and stay with your head and your shoulders. Stay in bridge pose. Lift your seat. Move your shoulders underneath, your arms underneath, and you can stay in this pose with your chest close to your chin. So this is like an approximation of the shoulder stand. If you feel comfortable, you can come into your shoulder stand, bring your arms beside your body, palms down, lift your legs, keep pushing into your arms and get your seat up off the ground. Keep pushing into your arms until you get your seat high enough so you can bring your hands to the back. And go all the way to plow pose if you want first to get your hips a little bit higher over your shoulders, and then bring your legs up. If you have a lotus, go into your lotus. Right on the tips of your shoulders, you might be able to release your hand to your thighs. You can do this whether your legs are straight or in lotus. Now turn your attention inward. Watch the space between the eyebrows. Control the mind, or the mind controls you. Be unconcerned if the mind wanders. Just do your best to stay, to pull it back. From here, you can come down into Pindasana if you have your legs in lotus. For tight lotus, you might be able to wrap your arms around the legs and join your hands just underneath the seat. If you can't quite get, you don't have a lotus, come into plow pose. You can try to get your knees beside your head as well. Bring your thighs against your body. Allow the shoulders the knees come right down into the shoulders. Keep your attention fixed on the space between the eyebrows. Again, way to come out. Arms behind your back. If you have a lotus, keep your lotus. I'll demonstrate that one first. Now control your descent so that you don't come crashing down hard and fast. Gently roll down. And dig into the elbows, lift the chest, push it up.
Bring your head back so you're on the top of the head. And then from here you hold your feet and then see if you can get your toes and your knees, not your toes, your elbows and your knees down. If you bring your head closer, you'll be able to achieve this. A regular fish, the legs are extended, your hands are underneath the seat. Try to imagine that all the love from your heart is beaming out to all beings everywhere. Try to get your heart as high as possible so you can maximize your reach. Option here to lift your legs up. Start by streak of breath. Otherwise, keep your legs on the ground. Keep going if you want to raise your arms up over your legs as well, your palms together, go ahead. Flying fish. Down and release. Breathe in, breathe out. And then come into seated position. I'm here. If you want, if you never let go of your lotus, all the more better. Otherwise, if you want and you have a lotus, go into your lotus again. Purvottanasana. So we'll demonstrate this one first. You can also do this with your legs extended. Fingertips on either side of the hips. And take half breath in, lift the hips, push them forward. The chest goes back. The chest goes up and the head goes back. Okay, so that's the lotus one. When you come back out, tuck your chin in, push hard into the fingertips to protect your hands, your wrists, and then release. Otherwise, hands facing back, legs extended, pull the knees in a little bit. It's all going to Purvottanasana. Lift your hips, try not to allow your hips to sag. Push them up, the chest higher than the shoulders, head back. Bhastrika. Lower the seat down. Bring your legs back towards the body, breathe in. If you have no blood pressure or glaucoma issues, hold the breath, chin in the chest. Contract the root muscles, attention at the third eye. Slowly exhale. Come up to standing. Separate the feet. Your feet should be about 2 inches from the edges of the mat. Stork pose. Bend your knees. Take your arms around and thread your hands in between.
Now from here, to go into stork pose, you tuck your chin in, lift the seat, bring your arms a little bit lower. See if you can cup your hands around the ears. That you might be able to interlace your fingers behind your head and push your head through. If it's too much, just keep your knees bent. Just hold on to the forearms and just lift your seat until you feel a stretch. Okay, so go ahead. Stretch the back legs, make sure your arms are below the knees so you can unbend your knees. And release. Here. Come into a squat. Push out into the inner thighs. Hands at the height of the elbows. Wrists at the height of the elbows. Now from here, lift the seat. See if you can pull your left shoulder in behind your left knee, and then your right shoulder, lift your heel a little bit. Try to get your fingers behind your heels, and then drop your seat down. Keep pushing into the backs of the legs with your arms. Keep waving your hands and see if you can walk your feet forward. And then your body stays level like a shelf, so you can lift your toes. If you're stronger, you can straighten your arms, do push-ups a few times. If it's too much, you can just keep your feet on the ground and see if you can walk your toes towards and lift your seat a little bit. Sometimes it's easier if you can press one foot into the other, on top of the other, and flex your toes. You might be able to squeeze the outside of the arms and lift up your feet. Good. Now from here, bring your feet down, lower the seat, and hug your legs to the body. Inhale. Slowly exhale. Make your way onto your belly. So let's just do Shalabhasana first. Arms beside your body. Lift the chest. Lift the legs. If you can, join your hands behind the back. Squeeze the shoulder blades together. The whole body should be singing. Reach to the top of the head. Lower down, relax. Breathe in. Breathe out. Cobra. Bring your hands underneath your shoulders. Move your hands back. Heels your palms in line with the heart. Roll the shoulders back and start to make your way up slowly. Stay in Sphinx if you like. You can keep your forearms on the ground. Bring your head back. Try to get as much height as you can, like a snake peering out at the world. If you want, come onto your fingertips. Move your hands closer to your hips. Open up the feet a little bit. Working towards King Cobra. Keep your hips just the pubic bone still on the ground. Bring the head back. Bend your legs. Point the toes. You might be able to get your toes to come to the head. Lower down. Come back down. Relax. Breathe in. Breathe out. Relax. Flip onto your back. Forward Vajrayasana. You can alternatively do bridge pose, just like we did before the modification for shoulder stand. Let's all start there actually. Put your feet in towards the seat, feet out to the feet in line with the hips, lift up the hips. Tuck your shoulders underneath, trying to get as much of your chest forward so that it's right against the chin. Use your hands to tilt the hips forward so that the lower back doesn't get all jammed up. You can stay here or place your hands, elbows are high, fingertips beside the head, and then from here, push into your fingertips, drag your head back until you're on the top of the head. Then flip your hands around so your fingers are facing towards the toes, a little bit towards the outside as well. Just keep the elbows in, and then take half breath in. If you can, lift your head up off the mat. And then come onto your toes if you like. Just play a little bit, rock back and forth. If you're more advanced, you can do other variations. You know how to come up, press into your feet. You have to kind of throw your hips forward a little bit and come up. You can come back down. Arms up, bend your knees if you need to. Open up your feet and bring your hands lightly down. So whatever you like to do. Or just stay in a pose. If you're very flexible, work towards Chakrasana. Try to get your hands right to the feet. Eventually you can take your ankles. Work again according to your condition. Then you form an unbroken circle. Stay longer if you don't make progress. And then slowly make your way down. Rest on your back. Breathe in. Exhale, imagine you're fainting. From here, bring your arms up over the head. Come to seated position. Start off with star pose, Tulasana. Bring the soles of your feet together, the knees pointing a little, just falling outwards. Join your hands together, index fingers together. Inhale, reach forward. Then slip your hands over the toes. Bring your elbows out a little bit. So from above, it looks like a star. Your elbows and your knees are like the points of this, and the fingertips are the points of the star. Then push the belly button towards the back as we try and push it through the lower back. See if you can bring your forehead to rest in the arches of the feet. The attention at the base of the spine, soften. And then roll your way up. Good. So from here, Dandasana. Hands beside your seat. Push your chest up. Inhale. Bring your head back, and then hold the breath. If you don't have any issues with blood pressure or glaucoma, anything like that. Chin on the chest. Contract the root muscles. Pull them up towards the navel. Relax. Bring the right foot to the outside of the left leg, right hand behind the back, left arm up, and push your forearm against the thigh. Just try to imagine trying to pull the knee beyond the left edge of the body. Make sure that you're not crushing your abdomen. Imagine trying to move your abdomen out of the way. Just try to imagine the spiraling action of the spine, from the base of the spine right up to the base of the brain.
release. Go to the other side. Make sure the foot's not too close to the body. The toes should be somewhere between the knee and the ankle. Left hand right behind the seat, not far away. You'll lean back. So try to keep your back straight. Right arm up. Go to the left. Try to get your chin over the back shoulder. Start the twist at the base near the hips and work your way up. Swivel your shoulders around. And release. Just lie on your back for a moment. Ease your way down. Don't drop down heavily and don't drop down hard. Just ease your way into it. Breathe in. Sigh through the mouth on the exhale. Imagine you're fainting. Let go of all tension, all fatigue, all efforts. With each inhale, fill up. Imagine you're soaking in all the best universe has to offer. Exhale. Just let everything you don't need or don't want your being out of the body. Just drop it out. Discard it. Any kind of negativity, just imagine there's no room for it after you bring in all that goodness through the inhales. Just have to, no choice but to push out all the negativity. Come back to seated position. We'll do some pranayama now before we go into shavasana. So find your way into comfortable seated position. Sit tall and straight. Let's do Nadi Shodhana, no breath retention, just continuous flow of breath in and out from one side to the other and then back the other way. And then, but between switching sides, you make sure you close both sides of the nose first before you open up the other side. Your left hand in Yana Mudra, on your left knee, you always use your right hand to control the passage through the nose. Second and third fingers fold down, the palm turns towards you, the thumb for the right nostril, the ring finger for the left nostril. Again, the right hand is used. So we're starting on the left, and then going to the right, exhale from the right, inhale through the right, and then close both sides, exhale through the left. I'll guide you through it. As you do this, visualize the breath going down into the lungs. Imagine the lungs sitting at the base of the body. Exhale, feel it rising back up. Inhale down, word motion, exhale back up. And feel a coolness accompanying that. So imagine a coolness going down up and down the spine. So let's begin. Sing out tall and straight. Exhale, completely empty the lungs. Then close off the right side with the right thumb. Inhale through the left. Close the left, open right, exhale up. Inhale down. Close the right, open left, exhale. Feel it rising back up. Inhale down. Close both sides, open right, exhale up. Inhale down. Feel the coolness coming with that. Close both sides, open left, up. Feel the coolness going back up the spine. Inhale down to the left. Open right, exhale. Inhale, right, down. Exhale, left, up. Carry on your own. Keep visualizing the movement of the breath up and down. Keep imagining that sensation, feeling of coolness accompanying the movement of the breath. One more cycle after your current one completes. And the cycle ends when you exhale to the left. Once you concluded, make your way onto your back. Ease your way down again. Move gently. If you need extra layers, feel free to take some now. Then ensure the body is very relaxed. Shavasana is a most effective way to remove impurities from the body. Imagine the best of the best happening now through this deep relaxation. Now take your attention to your hands. Feel them go limp. Send a signal to them to just remove all tension. The fingers droop. The hands feel like dead weight. Palms, backs of the hands, or wrists completely without tension. Dead-like. And then start to move your attention to the arms. Feel the lower arms becoming relaxed and heavy as a result of relaxing all the muscles within. Feeling them becoming like jello. Completely listless and loose. The elbows are just inactive completely. Everything just passes through them. The upper arm, release all the muscles along the upper arms right up to the shoulders so that they too feel heavy. The muscles and the skin just hanging off the bones. And then the shoulders, ensure that they are relaxed, no tension there, no tightness. Just heavily resting on the ground, anchoring down the arms. And then starting at the top of the back now, just feel heaviness descend in the shoulder blade area, in the upper back. Feel the whole back sagging from its own weight. From the body just caving in and the whole back just sinks heavily. And it just like paint dripping down a wall continues down the lower to the lower back. All the natural curves in the lower back just flatten out, meld in with the earth, fuse with the earth, and then just succumb yourself to the softness that supports the back. And feel the heaviness spill into the seat area. Seat like a big basin, collecting all that heaviness and causing it to sink as well. The pelvic bones are heavy like lead, anchoring the body down. And they move into the legs. Move your attention now. Concentrate on removing all the tension, all the tightness in the legs. Relax all the muscles. The thigh muscles become soft and jello-like. So the legs are just useless. They're just lying there like dead weight. And then it continues further down until it goes into the lower legs as well. Eventually both legs are feeling extremely heavy. Unable to move them. And into the feet, through the ankles. The ankles are loose, the feet are just relaxed as can be. Send the signal to them to just relax the toes, the tops of the feet, the bottoms, and the heels of the feet. And just allow them to just fall outwards, just dead-like. Move your attention back to the torso and look inside. Imagine you're peering right inside to what's within all the organs. And then just send a general command to all those organs to just cease their very active behavior. Slow down. And feel the lungs, everything just getting heavy as those muscles, those organs relax. They become listless and they droop, barely able to keep up their functions. The heart, the lungs, the stomach, diaphragm, liver, kidneys, intestines, everything becomes still. And the head now, also feeling very heavy, pressing down into the earth. And with the heaviness comes complete surrender of all muscles and all tension. So the face is relaxed, no tightness anywhere, no tension neither in the eyes nor the jaw nor the nose or anything. Everything is soft, the throat is relaxed, the neck is relaxed and comfortable. The brain within, finally, is also quiet. All the mind chatter just comes to barely a whisper, soft hum. You, the witness, is watching all of it. So you, the observer, you no longer feel any of the sensations in the body. It's like you're outside of the mind, just watching the emotions come and go. And there's no judgment here, just looking upon what you see with just unconditional love, pure love. Imagine you're the teacher of that being. And just encourage you to keep on trying, keep on doing the best to uphold the practice and a strong sense of duty towards all beings, helping them in any which way you can, where they can, to help them along the path towards freedom from suffering and pain. So encourage them to continue to cultivate their knowledge, to accept their experiences as they come. Learning from those experiences, not getting attached to the pain or even the pleasantries of those experiences. Just learning the lesson, retaining the lesson, so we have one more tool to help you to recognize the behavior that causes pain and suffering. And it just boils down ultimately to doing good and being good. When you stay in that place of loving kindness, when you're acting in a way that doesn't incur pain and suffering, all those favorable circumstances will come back to you. So encourage your student who you see before you to stay the course, and whisper as though you're whispering into the ear of that being the following sentence 3 times, so that they ingrain this in their mind and heart. Say to them now, continue to cultivate loving kindness and non-judgment towards all beings. Continue to cultivate compassion and non-judgment towards all beings. Continue to cultivate compassion and non-judgment towards all beings. Shavasana. Enter back into the body. And start to awaken. Become aware of the breath, the fingers and toes, etc. And with the utmost reverence and loving kindness and quietness, prepare to come back from Shavasana into a seated position. Move ever so quietly and gently. A moment to just ingrain the intention of meditating a little bit upon compassion, even if it's just a minute, a couple minutes a day, to remind yourself to keep that as a driving force behind all action, thought, and deed, and word. We are all one and we're all worthy of love and compassion. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Be receptive to the divine grace of God. All is within. Namaste. Thank you so very much for joining, for your understanding, your flexibility today. We're back to the regular schedule next week at 8:30. And if you have time, there is some classes going on tomorrow. I'll bring Mahasana, dharmayogacenter.com if you want to join the Zoom class. It should be amazing. Again, in celebration of Dharma's 82nd birthday. Thank you so much. Have a wonderful day.